Hey guys, welcome back. So right now I'm inside of the game Anime Last Stand because take a look right here. This right here is the inventory frame and right here is the units frame, as you can see. So if we click on a character, we have all of these stats. We have EXP, we have upgrade. Now what I personally like about this UI is the transparent background. You can see right here it's like a dark transparent, like glassy effects, and more specifically there is a very subtle texture, which I think texturing is quite important because it can really upgrade a UI from mediocre to something much nicer. Today I want to show you guys how you can design this UI inside of Photoshop. So we're going to hop into Photoshop and I will show you guys how we can create something like this. If you want design assets, you could get 20% off until the end of St. Patrick's Day using the code LUCK right here, as you can see. And let me know if you guys like this new hero section I made right here. So here we have the icon packs. If you click right here, learn Roblox design, this will take you to the Academy page. Right here, you could access these tutorials right here, all 4 of these, and yeah, go ahead, check it out. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright guys, here we are inside of Photoshop. First of all, you can use Photopea to follow along. Of course, there are slight nuances and differences, but inside of Photopea, you have the full set of tools to follow along. So I'm going to go for a solid color so we can have a background, as you can see. So here is how I think I will approach this. If we break down the anatomy or structure of this frame, let's take a look. We have a top bar for the title right here. We have a nice ticker going across with the game's name. Here we have a search, a sort or filters. We have the amount of items right here. We have the actual grid. We have the preview, level, XP, stats, upgrade, slider, and some attributes, name and rarity right here. I'm not sure if I like the scroll bar here. I think I will just probably put it back here. So if you guys are ready, let's begin. We're gonna start with a rectangle. I'm gonna go for quite a round corner. I'm going to go for 30 just to start. Yep, 30 is pretty solid for a nice round corner. Okay, now I think first things first, we're going to create the glass effect. So how can we approach making this effect? I'm going to copy this image and blur it for our background because the glass effect is not going to be as visible. Okay, so I've brought in another reference image. You can see this kind of glass UI is quite nice. This is the sort of thing I am going to go for. Basically, I'm going to go inside of gradient overlay. Okay, I'm going to choose some kind of angle here. Let me reset. Okay, and go for a base color for both sides for now. Okay, so if the top is darker, let's go add some color stops and start messing with this. So I'm going to go for a bluish kind of hue. Sort of like that. Some variation. And then basically we can go inside of here, start messing with the opacity, or if we go for fill is 0, we can modify the gradient opacity here, which I think is more accurate to how Studio works. So we could go for like 80, 85 for example, something like this. We could go for a stroke. Alright, I think like 65. Yep. Maybe 5 in size, I think. So I think, yeah, we could go for something slightly darker, just a tad bit. So I think I'm gonna go for like here, for example. Now let's go ahead and make a new layer with a rectangle for the top bar. This will help us actually figure out the mainframe easier because we have a contrasting element. Go right click, convert to smart objects. As you can see, this is the main. We're going to go corner 0 for the top bar, like this. Okay, so for the top bar, we're going to let's take a look. Okay, we're going to go gradient overlay right here, angle 90. Okay, you go for a stroke like so, small size. Okay, I think actually here is what we have to do with the original frame. Let's go ahead, bring all the transparency values back up, right, to 100, because with this frame, no stroke, we should rasterize it so we have this color frame, rasterized layer style, like this. And then we have the stroke on top, and now we can lower the fill to, like, say 85, for example. We could go rasterize again. Let's go right click at our stroke like so, turn the fill back up, and so here we can basically clip in our top bar, and we can have the stroke basically around our top bar right here, and also the fill, because if you create a mask like this, the fill here actually affects the clipped layers like this, if you can see, right? So I think we will have to stick with this right here. Okay, so now I'm going to group, call this our main. We're going to add some text now using the font Fredoka. There we go, size, and we're going to go for a nice little gradient. Okay. Okay, nice. Now for the top bar, I'm going to add a checker pattern like this. You can find this on Google very easily. Just look for checker pattern PNG, and so we have this. Right, I'm gonna go across like that, and then basically let's go ahead, bring it right here. Let's go for control click on the top bar and go ahead, inverse backspace, control click on the main frame, inverse backspace. So we have the texture right here. I'm going to go ahead and start erasing like this. Okay. So we have a nice top bar texture, as you can see. Pretty nice, pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to use a dot texture like this right here. Now, of course, inside of Studio, you can use the tiling feature, and you won't have this. Let's go ahead and make this basic texture. Align these. Okay. Let's go ahead and clip right over here, as you can see. Okay. Let's make this smaller. Right. Smaller, kind of like here, right? Lower the fill. Okay, so for the texture, I think let's try a black color instead, like this. I think that looks pretty good. Let me go fill all the way up. And rasterize the result. Like this, I think it looks fine. Let's take a look here. Okay. I like what we have, honestly. I suppose if you want, you can like start erasing some parts for like more variation. It's not a big deal. But okay, for the bottom we can actually, you know, change the gradient slightly. Perhaps like here. Okay. Next we have the ticker that goes across. This is pretty simple, like that, and basically copy this all over. In here, I will lower the opacity. Like that. Okay. Okay, this is what we have so far. And next, we have the bottom bar right here. So I'm going to duplicate the top bar down here, and I will modify the gradient. So let's go ahead. We can flip the angle like that. So we have a nice bottom bar right here. This is how the UI looks. Perhaps you go for 90. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed this up so we aren't taking too long. We have a close button. We have our grid. We have a grid. And yeah, we have some buttons. So let's go ahead. Okay, so we're gonna start by dividing our frame. Okay, so we're gonna have a rectangle. I'm gonna go for let's go for a, should we go for a fill or a line? Let's go for a line. Okay, let's go for a line, weight of like 3 for example. Go right here, straight down like so. As you can see, right over here. And we have to fix the position. Okay, now I'm going to modify the color. Okay, go for a lighter shade, obviously, like this here, I guess. Okay, now we're going to add a search bar. So I'm going to go for our rectangle. Increase the corner radius. Okay, I'm going to go for a nice search bar going across here. Actually, I think I'm not gonna go for like a fully round search bar. I'm gonna go for something like this, I guess. I think, yeah, like 10. Yep. I'm going to stick with this. Change the color. Okay. I'm going to make a gradient, something subtle. All right. And I think for the filters, I'm going to create a new frame inside. So it is contained inside of the search here, right? Now for filters, I believe I will go for, I think I'm gonna go for this kind of gradient. You guys will see here in a second. I'll go for these color stops. And basically we can add an icon, of course, filter or sorts. This icon is pretty good. Right over here. Oops. Right. That is fine. So we have a sort filters button, and I suppose we can also probably lengthen our search bar. So we have this, and then we can copy our search bar across to here. This will be obviously our space. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. We can copy our text from here. Okay. This will be our amounts. Let's go bring the text down. We're gonna go for 10 to 50. Increase the size. Let's go for a center alignment like that, and then we can go ahead copy the sorts inside here. This will be a simple plus icon, so we can, I think it looks pretty good. Only thing is I will make this even shorter, actually, like here. Makes more sense. The proportions are better, like so, right here. Okay. All right, now real quick, I will add a close button. So I'm gonna go for ellipse. Let's go for a nice button up here. Okay, I think this is pretty good. I'm going to add a stroke, just like so. Let's go ahead and make a copy. Take off the effects. Fill off. We're gonna go for a stroke. It could go like right here, I guess. Anyways, now we have our actual grid items. So we're gonna start with a basic grid item frame. Okay, let's go for like 10 in the corner radius. I'm gonna go for like 110. Is that too small? It might be. I think 130, like that. I think like right here. Okay. Here is how I think I will make this. We go for a darker color. We're going to make a new layer. Right click, mask. And here, let's go for purple. Okay, to start. It's purple. And I will create our color like this. And then I will add, let's copy our rectangle. Let's go for fill off, stroke on. Let's go for size 2 to 3, I would say. Let's go inside, change the corner radius, like so. And here we're gonna go for a nice purple gradient. Like this. As you can see, we can change the angle. Perhaps like this. There we go. Okay. Now, inside of the main rectangle, let's also go for a stroke. Boom. Just like that. Okay. Let's go zoom in. I think we can make the stroke larger. Or like 122 right here. Okay. This is our basic item frame. I like how it looks. And now, let's go ahead and copy our text. Over here, we're going to add our level. Right. 4. And Then we can copy our stroke, right click, rasterize layer style. Let's go for filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. And have a nice glow effect. Okay. Just like that. Like 8 for the blur amount. And yeah, let's go ahead. Group this up. This will be our item. Okay, so with all of our frames, I think we can possibly, let me group this up, called grid. We can possibly pad the size, the whole thing like this, right? Like here. This is more like contained inside. But I'm going to make a new frame. Let me clip this inside here. Go across like that. Go for 0. It's under. So from here, I'm gonna go for lower the opacity to 20. Let's say. All right. So now with our grid, I'm going to move it down so you can see how all this stuff is being framed, right? The grid is there's more padding inside this section. The name is quite simple. We're going to copy a text object out. Right here, we're gonna go for name, like that. There we go. This will be epic, for example. And if I copy our strokes gradient, copy, let's go ahead and paste like that. Reapply the stroke right here. There we go. Pretty good. Now for the gradient, I'm going to, let's go ahead and name our stuff. So bottom, top. This will be our, I guess, like subbar. If we make a new layer, all right, we go for 0 on the corner radius. We're gonna go for right over here. Let's go for a frame that goes across down here. Okay, we bring this out for a second. We can actually clip and start painting our colors. All right. Paint like right here, for example, something more bluish hue, right? Some more purple. Okay, so I think this is pretty good. Go for filter, blur, Gaussian blur, just like so. And now, if we take this, let's go group. Rasterize and bring this down here. Now we can of course lower the opacity. It's like 50 or so, you know, and then we can like kind of erase out the top like very slightly like that. Okay. All right. So now we're going to have our EXP bar. Let's go for a 60, I guess. Let's go for a bar that goes across like this, right? We're going to go ahead, add a gradient, 90. Okay, basically here, I'm gonna go for, let's go for a line actually. Draw some dividers for our XP right here. go for like a weight of, I'll say, like 2 or 1, like here, and then we can change the color, obviously. Match these up. We're gonna have 6 lines, so 1. Alright, some more text. So let's copy. Let's go here, level 3 out of level 3. Like that. I'm going to try and speed this process up because this is just basically a lot of data, right? Adding information. Here I'm gonna go for a sword icon. Alright. Like that. I'm going to copy the gradient from our clothes. Just gonna paste it here. Just going to paste it here. Like that. And we have some more text. Let's go for a number. That. Here obviously we can have like a for example. This will be our stats. Let's go copy this across. There we go. And then we can scale this down like so. Alright, here is what we have. I'm going to make this white. The text on the clothes. Because I will add a stroke. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead with XP and stats. Just gonna move these up slightly. We're gonna add some text. Let's go for here, left side, current viewing, size of like 4. Right here. Okay, let me copy this. Currently viewing. Upgrade. 0 for 3. Size 4. Like that. And basically here we can go for 2 buttons. So we're gonna go for a let's go for a 15 for the corner radius. That's too much. 5, I guess. Let's go for like right here, for example. Let me adjust this. Okay. I'm gonna go for the same color as the data. Okay. You go for 10 actually. Move these up. Okay, for here, let's make a copy, fill off. We're gonna go for stroke on. And basically, we can change the color like that. Like 7 for a nice little inside stroke. Alright. 2 thickness. Kind of right, like right here, for example. 40. Alright, that's pretty good. So we have this, and then we can copy our text. Let's go for a minus. That. We have 2 buttons right here. Let's go for a plus. I think I will copy our EXP bar, actually. Go for this. Right here. Let's go resize. Okay. Center. Bring this across. Right. And then let's go for rectangle. Let's go for like 10. Before I go for the knob, basically. Let's go right here. I'm gonna copy the text layer style. Let's go paste. There we go. Pretty solid. Pretty good. Pretty good. 24. Alright, so lastly, we just have a bunch of buttons here at the bottom. Now, for me, I'm going to bring these buttons over from the Anime Bounce UI tutorial. So you can see right here. You could watch that video and make these as well. So we have this. And we just have cell teams unequip. Okay. So right here. Let's make these all nice. And the stroke always gets like messed up, but it's fine. This is like what? Cell mode. Cell mode. And if I change the icon real quick, now you can see we have some nice buttons right over here. So this is the basic design. This took some time, as you can tell. I'm not sure how long this will be once I edit the video, but obviously we still have to import this design. Let me know what you guys think about this. Alright guys, so that is going to conclude the Photoshop design portion. For the next part, we will have to import the UI, and that is going to be available inside of the Design Academy real soon. So be on the lookout, because this video is already over 30 minutes long, and I don't want to make this video too long. It's going to be over an hour if we include the importing portion. So for those who are interested, you could join the Design Academy, or you could wait for the video to be added into the Academy, and you can check it out at gfxcomment.com or gfxcomment.com/academy. You can see we already have 4 tutorials right here, and if you go get all access, you could obviously unlock unlimited access, and of course this includes the Design Academy, as you can see right over here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something and you got some value from this video. Join the Design Academy, because it is only going to keep growing. Anyways, check it out, and I will catch you guys next time.